Hi there. Real quick before we jump into the episode. If you enjoy this episode, or any of the other episodes, be sure to give us a follow or subscribe. It would also be great if you shared it with a friend, or better yet, left a review so others can know how awesome it is. Thanks so much. And now, the episode.
Hey there, Press Starters, and welcome to the Press Start Leadership Podcast, the podcast about game-changing leadership, teaching you how to get the most out of your product and development team and become the leader you were meant to be. Leadership coaching and training for the international game industry professional. Now, let me introduce you to your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Christopher Mifsud.
Hey there, Press Starters, and welcome back to another awesome edition of the Press Start Leadership Podcast. On this week's episode, we're discussing the secret to making hard choices. Making hard choices. We all have to do it, and here's how. A lot of the advice I give in my podcast assumes that you're working in an ideal situation, but oftentimes you aren't. You may not have the time or resources needed to execute things perfectly. As leaders, sometimes we have to cut features in a product, remove resources, and are put in situations where there's not much of a choice at all. Our options don't always line up with the best solution. You're the one in charge, so you have to do something, but it may not be an easy choice. This is the not so fun part of being a leader. So when you have to make a hard choice, how do you do it? The answer, with the best intent. If you feel uneasy about a choice at hand, be honest with yourself and the others you're working with. While you don't want to overwhelm others with unnecessary information, you do want to be translucent. Being open and honest doesn't fix everything, though. Sometimes a business decision has to be made, and things don't work out the way you want them to. Some people will be angry at you, especially if they're being let go. That said, you can still try to better the situation. Giving the outgoing employee as much advice as possible, write them references, and help them find another job. Hard choices are hard, but you can still do some good in every difficult situation. Easier said than done, right? What if you're working on a project and you've been told by the stakeholders there's a budgetary constraint and something your team has been working really hard on has to go? It's bad news. You still have to keep morale up, continue to execute, and find a solution with a grumpy bunch of creatives. Start by recognizing your team's hard work in the face of adversity and do your best to refocus their attitude around the positives. If that doesn't work, sometimes you have to eat that frog, first knowing the reward will come later. Also, be good to yourself when you have to make tough decisions. Schedule some kind of personal mental health time shortly after. You need to deal with the repercussions of said decision first, of course. You still have responsibility. But don't forget about your responsibility to you. If you can't take the time off immediately, then make sure you don't work overtime. Have some personal boundaries. Everyone is put in situations where they have to make hard choices. But if you find yourself constantly dealing with what seems like a no-win situation, consider whether you should leave that organization. Is it you or your environment that's causing these issues? What's the common denominator? You should always try to improve the workspace you're in as much as possible, but sometimes places are happy being toxic and don't want to change. Make sure you know the difference and act accordingly. Have you had to make a hard choice recently? How did you do it? How did it turn out? Let me know in the comments below or tell me one-on-one. Hey there, Press Starters. Conversations with Christopher is coming back, and we need you. If you're a veteran leader in the video game industry and have years of experience and wisdom to share, we want to hear from you. Share your insights and knowledge on topics such as team management, project leadership, industry trends, and more. Your unique perspective can be a valuable resource for aspiring leaders and those new to the industry. If you're a new leader in the video game industry, we want to hear from you too. Share your experiences as you navigate your way through a new role, the challenges you faced, and the successes you've achieved. Your insights can provide inspiration and guidance to others who are just starting their leadership journey. And if you're an aspiring leader looking for advice, this is the perfect opportunity for you to ask questions to an industry expert. Whether you're looking for advice on how to get started in the industry, how to advance your career, or how to overcome obstacles, this is your chance to get answers from someone who has been there. So, if you're interested in being a part of the conversation, reach out to Christopher, that's me, at Christopher@PressStartLeadership.com. Let us know a little bit about yourself and what you'd like to talk about, and we'll be in touch to schedule a time for the conversation. In addition to sharing your leadership insights and experiences, we want to offer you the opportunity to promote your company, book, open positions, or anything else you'd like to share with our thousands of listeners. This is a chance to showcase your brand and let people know what you and your company are all about. So, whether you're promoting a new game release, a job opening at your studio, or your latest book, this is your chance to get the word out to a wide audience of video game industry professionals and enthusiasts. We believe that conversations with industry leaders are an important way to help others learn and grow, and we're excited to offer this platform to you. So don't miss out on this opportunity to share your wisdom, promote your brand, and connect with others in the video game industry. That's right. Email me, Christopher, at Christopher@PressStartLeadership.com to schedule a conversation today. We can't wait to hear from you.